Now we are going to enter Shri Suktam. So we have spoken about Purusha. Now we are going to get into Shri Suktam. So the first line for Shri Suktam commentary is Parashakhiyam Svashakhayam Apekshavashat Pathyate Tatkhilam Uchyate. Purusha Suktam is found in all Vedas. You remember I told you just about 45 minutes back. Shri Suktam in its entirety, the way we recite today, is found in Rig Vedam. In the Khila Bhagam of Rig Vedam. Khila Bhagam is appendix portion. Right? See, generally in our chemistry and all, they will put that Mendeleev's table in appendix A. It doesn't mean you have to read the book and not read appendix A. Appendix A means important. First read that and then come to the main book. See, if you read a chapter on lanthanides, second chapter on actinides, third chapter on halogens, and you don't know Mendeleev's table, you'll find it very tough, because Mendeleev, that great Acharya, has arranged the elements in a very nice fashion. If you see Mendeleev's table, it will go like step. So this side will all be metals. The other side will be non-metals. Then you'll get some metalloids. Then you'll get inert gases. Then you'll have 2 rows below called lanthanides and actinides. Then there will be for each of this, like how we have Pravaram, Gotram. For every element, there will be one atomic number. There will be one atomic weight. You have to remember all that. Then only you'll be able to easily create, for example, carbon. Carbon and other associates, especially hydrogen and halogens, they will all become one chemistry called organic chemistry. Whatever remains this side, this potassium, sodium, they all become inorganic chemistry. Right? Then when inorganic chemistry comes, for you balancing becomes very important, because you have to deal with empirical data there. So you'll have to balance. Don't bring those bad days in our thoughts. We don't want. So the point, moral of the story is appendix is very important. Why appendix? Appendix is called what bhagam? Khila bhagam. Key. That stress should be there. Khila bhagam. So who tells this? The commentator for Mahabharatam writes in commentary. So in Mahabharatam, who is the commentator? One of the famous commentators is Nilakantha. His commentary for Mahabharatam, he has commented on 125,000 verses of Mahabharatam. It's called Bhavadipam. So, Mahabharata Nilakantha Vyakhyane Parashakhiyam Svashakhayam Apekshavashat Pathyate Tat Khilam Uchyate. That is called Khilabhagam. So, Shri Suktam is found in which Vedam? Which Bhagam? Who has told? In which commentary? Bhavadipam is commentary to which Grantha? Apadi. Next. Now we have to deal with the word Suktam. We have dealt with in Purusha Suktam as well, just a revision. Uktam means to tell. Ukta means to tell. Su-uktam, tell well. Generally we say, Olunga pesu. Olunga pesu. That Olunga is Su. Pesu is Suktam. Olunga pesu is Suktam. Whatever is spoken well is Suktam. Suktam on whom? On Purusha becomes Purusha Suktam. Suktam on Shri becomes Shri Suktam. So this is a Suktam in the Khila Bhagam of Rig Vedam that talks exclusively about Shri. Now generally, in the Laukika perspective, we don't use Shri just like that. We prefix it, suffix it. We use one name, Shriman Ji, Srimati Ji. You remember one serial in Metro, DD Metro in Shriman Ji, Srimati Ji. So generally we'll say, sir, in the invitation, what should I write? Say Shriman, then they will tell one name, Suresh, Ramesh, Kottish, Ramesh, so we have to write that Suresh, Shriman, Suresh, Srimati, and so on. We write that Shriman, Srimati. So Shri generally is used in the perspective of this title. Whenever you fill this application form, they will ask whether you will like to be called Mr. or Miss. Now it has become a very big problem. And now you have to choose what you want. Then we have to tell. These days I find it so tough to give lectures also. You know, if I go to New Jersey, they'll come and the organizer will say, so don't say he or she, you just say he, she, they. I said, they is Bahuvachanam. No, say now it has become Ekavachanam. So my entire grammar has gone for a toss. Okay, now Shri. What does the Shri denote? Shri denotes one particular Devata. What does the word? Generally we know Shri andre Mahalakshmi sir. Adu gottu sir. Adre Shri Mahalakshmi, Shri Lakshmi, Shri Mahalakshmi anta helbeka anta kelidre, ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಇರೋ ಆ ಏಕಾಕ್ಷರವೇ ಶಬ್ದ, ನಾಮ. ಅದೇ ಪರ್ಯಾಪ್ತವಾಗಿರೋ ಶಬ್ದ ಶ್ರೀ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮೆಚ್ಚು ನೀವು ಏನು ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ಸಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ, ನೌ ಇಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೈನ್. May you be very prosperous, may all your mutual funds do well, all that is fine. But Shri alone will suffice. So, when they write to me, if I tell this now, people will write to me again. I'm just telling you, I don't like these mails. Give a name for my child. I somehow detest this. Ultimately, they won't take what I say. They will decide something. Then why do you waste my time? I will give some name. If you're asking my choice, I will give only my choice. You see, I am not in this services company where I will get an RFQ document. Right, I have to ask what are your requirements, then they will fill that form and give. I don't cater, I'm not that programming manager, right? If you ask me, tell one or two names, whatever comes to my name that day, Upanyasam, I'll take Shri. So it's very short. Then I said, Daridre Dhvamsini. Keep this name. You want one big name, right? Keep this name. So there's one Ekaksharam, Shri. Shri, Shrirityevacha namate bhagavati bhruma katam stvam vayam Shrihi ityevacha. Just Shri. Uska kuch meaning hai, sir? Shastram gives 6 meanings for the word Shri. We have Pramana Shlokam. Shrinati nikhilan doshan Shrinati cha gunair jagat Shriyate chakhilair nityam Shrayate cha parampadam Shrayantim shriyamanam cha Shrinanti shrinvatim api. 6 meanings. This is the shlokam. Shrinati nikhilan doshan. Nikhilan doshan. Dosham means defect. Something which is a dosham, mistake, blunder, defect, blemish, error, whatever you want to keep, you keep. That is dosham. So, Shrinati Nikhilan Doshan. Shrinam Shabdam means to destroy. She will destroy our doshams. How? Just take our own mother. A good mother, what she will do? If we do a mistake, first she has to correct. How will she correct? She has to explain that this is a dosham first. So, if a child lies, you should not beat. First, you have to tell what mistake the child has done by lying. Lying is wrong. Why do you want to tell something which is not there or has not happened? So, you correct. So if there is a mistake, you wipe. This annihilation, wiping process is Shrinam. So because she does Shrinam, annihilation of dosham, she is called Shri. Shrinan karoti Shri. She annihilates the dosham. So Shrinati nikhilan doshan Shrinati cha gunair jagat. See, a child lies. You call that child and say, lying is bad. That first job is done. You should do the second job. You should speak the truth. Both are important. See, paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam. Both should be done together. So, Shrinati, you have to remove the dosham and you have to add gunam. The one who cultivates good habits in her children, the one who annihilates the doshams in her children is called Shri. Shrinati nikhilan doshan Shrinati cha gunair jagat. See, I keep creating new Excels. Now we have this concept of shared Excel. So now it doesn't consume space. But in those days when you didn't have this Megam cloud, you had to keep it on your laptop or forget laptop, phone. I take a photo of someone. Now I have to delete some photos to store some photos. Then it will not take photos. See, if it goes beyond a certain limit, it will sell. Storage full, can't take. So it will stop functioning. So I have to retain photos, take photos and delete ones which I don't need. Deletion, annihilation, Shrinati Nikhilan Doshan. Taking photos. That is not a great gunam, but I'm just giving example. A photo Shrinati cha gunair jagat. Shriyate chakhilair nityam. She is attainable and reachable at all times. See, generally some offices will stay. We are not reachable on national holidays. We are not reachable on Saturdays and Sundays. On weekdays, we are reachable only between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. In that 2 hours lunch break, half an hour tea break, So in that, what if we take that means you invariably try, you will not get. So Narayana is like that, where all these conditions, do this, do that. Whereas Mahalakshmi is not like that. She's attainable and reachable at all times. The one who's reachable at all times, Shriyate Chakhilair Nityam. Akhilam Nityam Shriyate. The one who's reachable at all times is called Shri. Next, Shrayate Cha Parampadam. We all attain her. Whom does she attain? She attains him. See, that is why in certain places, if we book directly, we may not get that benefit. We go through an agent, he will take little and then he will also give us some discount. So, Shrayatecha Parampadam, you can reach him, you reach him through her, the process is facilitated. So, the one who helps those who have attained her reach him is called Shri. This is the fourth meaning. Next, Shrayantim Shriyamanam Cha. The one who reaches him and allows others to reach. See, that is another great gunam. Some people will be at very good position, but they will not help you get anything done. So if you do it legitimately, where you help the downtrodden, which are the Jivatmas in our case, Mahalakshmi is called for that reason. Shrayantim Shriyamanam Cha Shrinanti Shunvatim Api. See, I tell this even amidst doctors when they call for that medical association conferences I speak, I tell them, see, theoretically, I have nothing to tell doctors because they're all well qualified. They have spent 5 years, 2 years, super specialization, super specialization, all they have done. But at the end of the day, what matters to a doctor is how he or she communicates with the patient. You may have lots of knowledge about morphology, anatomy, this and that. You have to talk to your patient first. So when there were no laptops, there was a stage where the doctor had no other way but to talk to us. But given the list of, I don't know whether people love to go to doctors these days or they're really falling sick, every hospital is flooded at all times. So there is Mahalakshmi there. She's at all times they are attainable. Now, if you go to a doctor, certain doctors, I'm not talking about everyone, I've told this to many doctors also. First, don't think that medicines can cure the illness of your patient. The way you talk itself will cure half the illness. So if you go to, see, what makes us happy? The doctor has to say that many people are affected with this. Sir, last week, 10 cases, how sir, 10 cases, bandra. 10 cases, that too, if it is a known person, we'll be very happy. Oh, aurga, nam mane pakdara. So, we are all great Bhagavatottamas. So the doctor has to say, first they'll say, sir, tumba nodidini sir, itara cases, yen vichara patkobedi, ella hogbidate, 4 days tagobedi, ella. So that reassurance. See, Vaidyo Narayano Harihi we say, because we see Narayana inside that Vaidya, that Narayana also should tell, right? Tumba papa madi, yen vichara patkobeda, moksha sigbidate. That's how Narayana should say, right? That is why we say Vaidyo Narayano Harihi. You know who's a physician? A physician is called Bishak. Bishak. In Sahasranamam, you call him Bishak. Bishak means physician. Vaidyo Narayano Harihi. Maruttuvananindra Mamanivannan. He's Dhanavantri. So doctor should first talk to the patient. They'll say, don't worry, nothing will happen. Take these medicines. So your eye contact is very important. How you talk? You keep on looking. Tell your name. Age. What is the problem? What? Any other comorbidities? What statin you're taking? What mg? Extended release, suspended release. Morning or night? What surgeries you underwent? Okay, take this. Fine. Take this, pay there, that's it. You'll go with one ailment, come with 2. Because, in medicine, there is something called hospital-acquired infection. You go with one, you take one and come. Bonus. So, what does she do? She reaches him. She allows others to reach him. And finally, she listens to their queries. What is that? Friends, Romans, and countrymen? Lend me your ears, which means listen. Right? I have to tell, listen first. First, lend me your ears. Listening is an art. So listen, Mahalakshmi listens to us. That is the greatness. So, Shrinanti Shrinvatim Api. She listens and makes him also listen. She listens. Done. குழந்தை சொல்றது கேளுங்கோ, கேட்டுக்குங்கோ, கேளுங்கோ. That listen. She listens and commands him to listen. Hence she is called Shri. So this one word Shri has 6 delineations, meanings. So Shrinati Nikhilandoshan, Shrinati cha Gunair Jagat, Shriyate Chakhilair Nityam, Shrayate cha Parampadam, Shrayantim Shriyamanam cha Shrinantim Shrinvatim api. So this Shri, that is why in one section of the Astikas in Bharata Desham, we begin writing any Mangala document. At the top, we put Shrihi, Shrihi, which is Mahalakshmi. Or we begin with Shri Rama Jayam. That Shri will be there. You know, any Upanyasaka, if you're trained in the Bharatiya languages, Tamil Aramikkumbodhu, Shriyafpatiyana Sarveshwaranudaya. We begin only with the word Shriyafpati. That Shri has to come. When Kiratarjuniyam Bharavi wrote, Shriyakurunam Adhipasya Palanim. When Peyalvar began his Mundram Tiruvandadi, Tirukanden Ponmeni Kanden. See, most of our cities, they will all Tiruchirappalli, Thiruvananthapuram, Sri Rangam, Sri Perumbudur, Sri Shailam, Tirupati, Tiruchendur. See that Thiru or Shri will keep coming. Shri Nagar, Srinath. That Shri will keep on coming. Shri Thiru, Shri Thiru. People wanted your invitation will have Shri. Your places will have Shri. When you address each other, Shri. Ramayanam, Srimad Ramayanam, Shri Mahabharatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Narayaniyam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Shri Mahalakshmi, Shri. That Shri is inseparable from all our day-to-day activities. So that Shri, who's Mahalakshmi, who's a symbol of hope, who's a symbol of listening to the queries of our devotees, who is the Pattamahishi of Sriman Narayana, is the Aradhya Devata of this Kilabhagam of Rigvedam called Shri Suktam. So with this we are going to deal with 2 commentaries. Unlike Purusha Suktam, which has 5, it has prominently only 2. I told this, I think I was giving lectures in Westmambalam. I said Shri Suktam has only 2 commentators. Immediately, you'll have, so for the man we have 5. And for the women, it is so tough to give Upanyasams. Now I have to think in these angles. Why it is only 2? We have 2. It doesn't matter whether it is 2 or 5. Now I said, I had to give an answer, right? Then they'll think Makku Nanjundruva. I said, ஒன்றும் பேச தெரியாது, சும்மா ஏதோ ப்ரிப்பேர்டாக வருது, இல்லாட்டாலும் ஏதாவது கேட்டால் பார்த்தா மண்டைக்கிட்ட போட்டு தாக்கினா. So I said, where do you store your dishes in your house? He said, we have boxes, plastic boxes and all of that. So I said, where did you get that tiffin box, that stainless steel box? He said, I got it in Ratna stores. I said, in Ratna stores, how many dabbas will be there? He said, wherever you see, Trailokyame Radakhilam Narasimha Garbham. There are 4 floors full of dabbas only, stainless steel. Tell one number. He said lakhs and lakhs and lakhs. If you go to a steelware shop, you'll find vessels everywhere. I said, what does your wife sport? I knew that mommy, she sports diamond studs. I said, where did you get this? Kairasi Gopal Das. I said, inside Gopal Das showroom, how many diamond studs you had? Sir, in one shelf, 1, the other shelf, 1. So the number of diamond studs were only 2 in that showroom. Stainless steel dabba, many. Will stainless steel become more important than diamond just because the quantity is more? Shri Suktam has 2. So Purusha Suktam has 5. So 2 commentators suffice for explaining the greatness of Mahalakshmi. You need 5. See, it all depends how you see things, right? You always want to find fault with the society, waiting to pounce on someone with feminism and all this. those lenses will help for your TV debates. Barka will like. But Shastram may not admit. Don't keep on seeing things as feminist. Why was Urmila not told? Sita? Oh my God, I'm tired. See, Sanatana Dharma talks about Jivatma, Paramatma. My Jivatma would have been inside a Stri Shariram in the previous Janma. Next Shariram may be a Stri Janma. For the Stri, it may be a Purusha Janma before. I could have been an animal before. You could be an animal. It is such a vast mesh we are living in. And we come into this feminist rights as per Article 15. You are not cut for Vedanta. That simply shows you are not cut for Vedanta. Because in Vedanta, you have to transcend this. Jivatma, go to the next level. You're still caught in that feminist. No, sir, why this temple doesn't allow women in this particular state? Other temples allow you go there. 99,000 temples will allow. That one temple won't allow. Between that way, it will go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court will now listen. They will check. Where have we landed ourselves? In what mess? All temples allow. There you won't go. The same, though I come from the Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, whatever little knowledge I have, with some of my friends who are well versed in Shasta Sampradayam, they say Ayyappan is an avatar of Shasta. Shasta comes in different forms in different places, various temples. He comes with his Patni Pushkalamba, Purna Pushkalamba. There are many temples allow. Only in a kshetram where he has taken the avatar of Ayyappa, where he is a Naishtika Brahmachari, between this age, he says one temple, he has put restriction, that's all. Big Supreme Court, seven judge bench. See, where, so, if you have such thoughts, either clear yourself or it is a waste to attend Sri Suktam then. Don't come with these feminist thoughts too. If you see with feminism, Sanatana Dharma, you will not take the true message of this Dharma. You will end up only being an advocate or an activist. At the end of the day, you will become an activist. Carrying placards to Shaheen Bagh, all this you will do. Taking 200 rupees and that's all. Life will go in a different fashion. Your route should be for Atmo Jivanam. How this Atma will get more knowledge? Where will I get moksham? Transcend that and come, leave all these feminine, because it becomes so difficult even for Upanyasakas, because now I have to think everything in that angle. So, if I say, as the child is born, he sees. Why can't you say she sees? Okay, now I have to say, as the child is born, he or she. Am I in application form? As I speak, he or she, him or her. So I have to think and speak. So there is no impromptu speech. I have to be very careful. Which group will take me wrongly? Who will report wrongly? Who will cut this and circulate? Who will trend me online? So that's the whole thought. Instead of concentrating on that anubhavam of that grantham, we get into this he, she, it, they. Now, Shastram says, Matradevo Bhava. Beautiful debate in Ramayanam. Towards the end of Ayodhya Kandam, Bharata, who comes along with Vasishtha to Chitrakuta to coax Rama. Rama, you have to come back to Ayodhya. Rama says, no, before dying, father had said you have to go to the forest. Then he says, it is also the wish of my mother. Though Kaikeyi is not my biological mother, by all means she is my mother. Mother has said, father has said, stay in the forest, I have to stay. Whether they are dead or not is immaterial. Then Vasishtha comes up. See, there are two people who oppose. Three. First, Bharata says, no, भैया आपको आना चाहिए, नहीं ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हैं भैया आप, मैं आपसे विनती करता हूँ भैया आप जाइए, आप आ जाइए भैया, भैया. Then next, Jabali says, Jabali gives the true Nastikavadam. If you should see Jabali's speech there. He says exactly these words. The sperm fertilizes the ovum. The father and the mother do not know who the child will be. The child does not know who the parents are. Then what relationship are you talking about? We say, right, I'm extremely attached to my mother. Right? What is that song? Papa Meri Jana. Papa Meri Jana. They do animal lover. Papa Meri Jana. He becomes emotional. Jabali says, don't be emotional. They have produced you. They are produced. That's all. What relationship? When you read Jabalivadam, we will become Nastikas. He convinces you so well. 22 shlokas in Ayodhya Kandam. He'll say, you are born, what relationship, Rama, what Pitrivakya Paripalanam, your father is dead, you are living, he is gone, we don't know where. Because we generally say Swarga Rohanam, Paramapadavasa. What? Where is the Jivatma? Asks. He asks, how will you prove Jivatma? We say that Jivatma has gone. Where is that Jivatma? There is no Jivatma and all. What Sharir? Only Shariram. If at all you want me to agree to Jivatma, Jivatma is the Shariram. See, Nastikavadam is Atma is Shariram. There is no Atma inside the Shariram. Atma is the Shariram. When the Shariram is dead, Atma is dead. Vedanta Vadam is Atma is Abhyayaha, Nityaha, Avikaraya, Shuddhaya, we say. No, for Nastika, it is like this. Next, he says, you do Pinda Pradhanam for your father, because just a few hours before that, upon understanding from Bharata that father was dead, Rama does Pindikaranam. Sapindikaranam is where you take balls of rice. He didn't get rice. So he uses Ingudi Palam. Ingudi Palam is one fruit. He takes the pulp of it and makes balls and sits by the banks of river Mandakini and gives it. So, what are you giving this? No, Shastram says you have to give Pindam for your forefathers. What, Rama? If you believe that this is going to fill the stomach of your father, then travelers don't have to eat. See, whenever we go in the flight or train, we take food and go. Instead of taking the householder who's staying and saying bye to us, they can eat for us. See, inside when they eat in their house, our stomach should be filled in Shatabdi. Correct? Same Vadam he gives. You give Pindam to your forefathers, saying that their hunger will be satiated. Which means that if you give Pindam here, their hunger is solved. That means for the person who's traveling, we should eat here. And then he says, life is only once. See, all these, if you see, you may be wondering where these Nastikas are. The same Vadam will come now. See, ek hi baar jeete hain yaar. Ek hi baar marte hain na. Ek baar enjoy karo na. Sabhi karke dekho na. This is Jabalivadam. You're getting, don't think that Jabalivadam is irrelevant to us. Whatever he has spoken is exactly what we hear now. Life is only once. I don't believe in any of these Shraddha rituals, you know. I believe in feeding the poor. I would like to go to the orphanages, and there you feed them. You really get to see happiness on their faces when they smile. It brings a smile to your heart. You can only feel it. Fine, go feed them. Nobody stops you. But don't stop your Shraddham. This is not that. Jabali, you read Jabalivadam, exactly 102, 100, 101, 102, 103. These are the 4 sargas of Ayodhya Kandam. Read. Exactly how people talk today. Exactly. This Shraddham, why do you have to do it? Why will this Brahmana who has a big pouch, if I put him food here, why should I give it only to him? Why should I give Dakshina to him? This is your discrimination. All these Vadams will come. But now the answer is how Rama answered. First Rama listened patiently. Then he said one thing. I thought my father was blemishless. My father did not commit any mistakes. Jabali said, no, your father did not commit. No, he committed by having you as a minister. He said, such fools should never enter administration or politics. This is what Rama says there. But what to do? So he says all this in Ramayana, and Rama gives a rigmarole of answers. Finally, you know what Jabali says? He said, Rama, did you think I was a Nastika? I have learned all this in my childhood through Brihaspati Sutras. So there is a compendium called Brihaspati Sutra which talks about Nastikavadam. I've learned. But later I became a Vedanti. I used this technique to convince you, Rama, don't think I'm a Nastika. I'm an Astika, he says. That dialogue comes in 104th Sarga. Now, so, Matradevo Bhava, that time Rama says, hey Vasishtha, you are telling me that I should not be following my parents. But Shastram says, Matradevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. So the first one to be followed is Matradevo Bhava. Then only comes Pitrudevo Bhava. But for us, the order was which Suktam came first? Then came Shri Suktam. You may have a question, sir, you should have dealt with Shri Suktam first, right? See, this is another technique. The technique is, Krishna uses this technique in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will first confuse Arjuna. Full confusion. He'll talk about Sthita Pragya, this, that. Arjuna will be fully confused. Then he'll say, Arjuna, are you confused? Arjuna will nod his head. Now I'll clear. Now the commentator asks, you could have not confused him first, because only after confusion, if you tell the answer, that answer will have some value.
I'll be rendering discourses in New Jersey, Boston, Maryland, Pittsburgh, and then in St. Louis and Indianapolis in the month of July. I'm sure you would love to share this message with your friends and relatives.
Dear Astika reader, I'm happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.